Did you know that there are common mistakes that prevent most people from achieving financial freedom, and that the rich avoid at all costs? In today's video, we're going to reveal the 7 most common mistakes that, according to Robert Kiyosaki, trap many in poverty. If you feel like you're always struggling to make ends meet or that money just disappears, this video could transform the way you think and act about finances. In this content, you'll discover the mistakes that may be sabotaging your financial success without you even realizing it. Do you want to understand why so many people get stuck in a cycle of financial difficulties while others prosper? By watching to the end, you'll learn valuable lessons to change habits and adopt the mindset of the rich, gaining more control and security in your financial life. Have you ever found yourself repeating certain behaviors with money, but not knowing for sure the impact this will have on your future? Have you ever tried to save but felt that something was always missing? Get ready for an in-depth analysis of these mistakes and to discover the secrets that the rich apply every day to create and maintain their wealth. Mistake 1. Living beyond one's means. One of the biggest mistakes poor people make, according to Robert Kiyosaki, is living beyond their means. But what does that mean? Basically, it means spending more money than you actually earn. When this happens, we end up getting into debt, especially high-cost debt, such as credit card debt and personal loans. Kiyosaki warns that while the rich are looking for ways to multiply their income, many people spend every penny on things that aren't really essential. This prevents financial growth. Think about it. How many times have you bought something on impulse? Perhaps something expensive, which in the end wasn't so necessary. This is a common habit, and one that needs to be avoided if we want to build wealth. While money is going into consumer goods, the rich are saving to invest in assets that really generate a return, such as real estate, shares, and even financial education. But how can we avoid this mistake? An important tip is to create a budget that allows you to live within your means, without going overboard. Make a list of essential expenses and cut out anything unnecessary. And remember, Kiyosaki teaches that in order to build wealth, we need to know how to control what comes in and what goes out. The secret lies in investing what's left over, rather than spending it all, and thus starting to create a solid path for your financial future. Mistake 2. Not investing in financial education. Another common mistake among people who remain in poverty, according to Robert Kiyosaki, is the lack of investment in financial education. Many believe that after leaving school or college, they have learned enough about money. But in fact, financial knowledge is one of the most important keys to building wealth. Imagine this. If you don't know how money really works, how can you make it work in your favor? Without a solid foundation, many people end up making bad financial decisions, such as investing in expensive products or taking out unnecessary loans. Kiyosaki says that wealthy people always invest in learning more about money, whether through books, courses, workshops, or even mentors. A lack of financial education also leaves us vulnerable to falling into traps such as excessive debt or bad investments. On the other hand, when we invest time and even a little money in learning about finances, we are opening doors to new opportunities and a healthier relationship with money. Mistake 3. Focusing only on working for money. One of the biggest mistakes many people make, according to Robert Kiyosaki, is believing that just working hard is enough to get rich. Of course, effort is important, but it's not the only piece of the puzzle. Focusing only on exchanging hours of work for money limits our financial potential and puts us in a repetitive cycle. We work, we get paid, we spend, and we start all over again. Kiyosaki explains that the rich think differently. They look for ways to make money work for them, creating what we call passive income, that which comes in without you having to be there all the time, as with investments in shares, real estate, or their own businesses. Those who only work for a salary are always dependent on the next paycheck and can't get off the wheel. The change, then, lies in thinking like an investor, not just a worker. Ask yourself, how can I make my money generate more money? Even if it seems difficult at first, there are affordable options for getting started, such as investing in low-cost funds or learning about side businesses. According to Kiyosaki, this is the path to real financial freedom, and not relying solely on work for a living. Mistake 4. Being afraid to take calculated risks. Robert Kiyosaki believes that one of the most common mistakes made by the poor is the fear of taking calculated risks. Many people avoid any kind of investment or venture for fear of losing what they have. This fear ends up limiting their possibilities for financial growth and keeps them in the same situation for years. But while many avoid risk, the rich see opportunities. Taking risks doesn't mean betting everything without thinking. On the contrary, it's about calculating the possibilities, analyzing the scenario, and making informed decisions. Kiyosaki teaches that the rich understand that certain risks are necessary to build wealth. They know, for example, that investing in a share, a property, or a business can have some degree of uncertainty, but also a much higher potential return. So how do you lose the fear of taking risks? The answer is information. Study the field you want to invest in, understand how it works, and above all, start small. Even those who don't have a lot of resources can start investing cautiously. According to Kiyosaki, knowledge reduces fear and allows you to see risks as opportunities for growth, while those who avoid risk end up stagnating and stuck in their comfort zone. Mistake 5. Not having clear financial goals. A frequent mistake, according to Robert Kiyosaki, is the lack of clear financial goals. Many people want to improve their finances, but don't set specific goals to get there. Without a plan, they end up going around in circles, spending what they have, and hoping that something will change, but they don't have a concrete vision of what they want to achieve or how to get there. Imagine you want to go on a big trip or buy a house, but you don't define the amount, the time frame, or how much you need to save. Without this information, it's easy to lose focus and end up spending on unnecessary things. Kiyosaki points out that wealthy people always have well-defined financial goals and know exactly what to do to achieve them. To change this, start by defining a clear and measurable financial goal. Ask yourself, how much do I want to have saved in 6 months? In a year? Be specific and create an action plan with smaller steps. Setting clear goals helps you make more conscious decisions and stay focused. After all, as Kiyosaki says, building wealth is like building a house. Without a plan, it's hard to see progress or know where you're going. Mistake 6. Relying solely on one source of income. According to Robert Kiyosaki, a common mistake among those facing financial difficulties is to depend on just one source of income. Most people work in a fixed job and rely exclusively on their monthly salary to cover all their expenses. This is a risky model, as any unforeseen event, such as losing your job, can destabilize your entire financial life. Kiyosaki points out that the rich think differently. They look for multiple sources of income. This means having, in addition to their main job, other ways of generating money, such as investments, side businesses, or passive income from assets. This habit creates much greater financial security and allows money to work for you, even when you're not physically present. So how do you create new sources of income? Start small, exploring options that are within your reach. This could include learning about investments, starting an online business, or even offering a consultancy service. Kiyosaki suggests that the more sources of income you have, the more protected you will be against crises, and at the same time, you will be increasing your chances of accumulating wealth. By diversifying, you also gain more financial freedom, becoming less dependent on a single payment. Mistake 7. Avoiding long-term planning. Robert Kiyosaki points out that many people in financial difficulty don't think about the long term. They focus on immediate needs, paying bills and fulfilling momentary desires, but don't create a plan for the future. This behavior is a major obstacle to building wealth, as it prevents the development of a solid and sustainable vision. When you only live for the present, it's easy to fall into traps, such as debt or impulsive purchases. In contrast, the wealthy understand that long-term planning is essential. They set financial goals for the next 5, 10, or even 20 years, ensuring that today's decisions are aligned with what they want to achieve in the future. Kiyosaki reinforces that financial success is built on patience and purpose, not haste. To apply this concept, start visualizing where you want to be financially in the next few years. Ask yourself, what can I do today to achieve this vision? Whether it's investing in education, acquiring assets, or building an emergency fund, having a long-term plan helps you stay focused and avoids rash decisions. According to Kiyosaki, planning is what turns goals into reality and prepares you for a financially secure and prosperous future. Each of these lessons, shared by Robert Kiyosaki, offers an opportunity for growth and transformation. Remember, change starts with small decisions, and with determination, you can rewrite your financial history. If you're ready to take the next step towards financial freedom, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here, you'll find valuable tips, powerful insights, and a community willing to support you on your journey. Together, we'll unlock the secrets of the rich and build a more prosperous future. Click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. Your financial future starts now.